The birth of Lord Krishna and his father Vasudeva's journey to carry him to safety is a captivating tale, steeped in miraculous events and divine intervention. The story takes place in the context of a looming threat, as Krishna's maternal uncle, the tyrant King Kamsa, had been forewarned by a divine voice that his death would come at the hands of Devki's 8th child. Kamsa, terrified by this prophecy, had imprisoned his sister Devki and her husband Vasudeva and mercilessly killed each of their first 6 children. When Devki became pregnant with her 7th child, the divine child was mystically transferred to the womb of Vasudeva's other wife, Rohini, to protect it. This child would later be born as Balarama, Krishna's elder brother. As the time for the birth of the 8th child approached, the entire universe seemed to conspire to ensure the arrival of the divine child. The night was dark, yet auspicious, and the sky was filled with stars. A soothing calm fell over the prison cell where Devki and Vasudeva were being held. On the divine night of Ashtami in the month of Shravan during Rohini Nakshatra, Lord Krishna was born. He appeared with his radiant form as Vishnu, complete with 4 arms, holding a conch, disc, mace, and lotus. However, to avoid frightening his parents, who were overwhelmed by his divine form, Krishna soon transformed into a normal human infant. Devki, filled with maternal love, but also fearful of Kamsa's wrath, prayed for Krishna's protection. Krishna reassured them and instructed Vasudeva to carry him to the home of his friend, Nanda, in Gokul, where Yashoda, Nanda's wife, had also just given birth to a daughter. Krishna told Vasudeva to swap the babies so that he could grow up safely away from Kamsa's reach. Then, a series of divine miracles unfolded, paving the way for Vasudeva's incredible journey. The first miracle occurred as soon as Krishna was born. The chains binding Vasudeva suddenly broke open, freeing him from his shackles. This divine intervention was a clear sign that Krishna's destiny was under divine protection. The heavily guarded doors of the prison, which were locked and sealed by Kamsa's guards, miraculously swung open by themselves, allowing Vasudeva to step outside with the infant Krishna cradled in his arms. As Vasudeva carried Krishna towards Gokul, he approached the Yamuna River, which was swelling with fierce currents due to the monsoon. However, as Vasudeva set foot in the river, the waters miraculously parted, forming a safe path for him to cross. It is said that as Vasudeva walked, the waters gently touched Krishna's toes, and the river goddess Yamuna herself was ecstatic to be in the presence of the Supreme Lord. Another extraordinary event occurred as Vasudeva crossed the river. The sky was pouring rain, but Sheshnag, the divine serpent and Lord Vishnu's eternal companion, emerged and spread his many hoods over Krishna, sheltering the infant from the rain like an umbrella. This ensured that Vasudeva's path remained unhindered as he made his way to Gokul. In Gokul, where Nanda and Yashoda lived, the entire village was asleep due to the divine play of Yoga Maya, the personification of divine illusion. Even the guards posted at Nanda's home were fast asleep, oblivious to Vasudeva's arrival. This enabled Vasudeva to enter the home unnoticed. Once inside, Vasudeva saw Yashoda's newborn daughter, the incarnation of Yoga Maya herself, lying beside her. Yashoda, unaware of what was happening due to the divine illusion, had fallen into a deep slumber. Vasudeva gently placed Krishna beside her and took the baby girl in his arms. After completing the exchange, he retraced his steps back to Mathura, where he once again crossed the Yamuna safely. As Vasudeva returned to the prison cell with the baby girl, the prison doors once again opened of their own accord. He re-entered, and the chains miraculously bound him again as though nothing had ever happened. Everything was back in place just as it had been before the birth of Krishna. At the break of dawn, the sound of the baby's cries filled the prison, and the guards immediately informed Kamsa of the birth of Devki's 8th child. Delighted, Kamsa rushed to the prison, ready to kill the infant, as he had done with Devki's other children. However, when he lifted the baby girl to dash her against the ground, she slipped from his hands and ascended into the sky, assuming the form of goddess Durga. The goddess laughed at Kamsa, warning him that the child destined to kill him was already born and was safely growing elsewhere. Having delivered this ominous message, she vanished. Kamsa, now filled with fear and rage, realized that the prophecy was still unfolding. He intensified his efforts to search for the child, unaware that the Supreme Lord was safe in Gokul, under the loving care of Yashoda and Nanda. Meanwhile, in Gokul, Krishna grew up in the simple yet joyous surroundings of the cowherd community, cherished by Yashoda and Nanda, unaware of his divine mission in the early years of his childhood. This marked the beginning of a new chapter in the story of Krishna, as he would soon become the beloved prankster of Gokul, while his destiny as the destroyer of evil awaited him.